This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian, and with me, as always, is
Mark.
That's right. And we are talking shit. Today, we're going to be talking shit with a Miss Angie Chaffin. Mark, you found Angie.
I found her on TikTok,
and she does a lot of digital media stuff, and
she's basically a Heinz 57. She does everything.
Cool. And we're part of a network called the Deluxe Edition Network, and that network has a lot of really, really cool podcasts. And Mark, there are two podcasts. Welcome to May. It is a brand new month. Two podcasts of the month are?
Look up in the corner there on the right-hand side, and it's Horsing Around and the Real Drunk Podcast.
The Real Drunks Podcast. Yes,
yeah.
Those guys. You can check those guys out, as well as several of your other favorite podcasts, including this one here, Talking Shit. You want to introduce Angie? You want to bring her in, and we'll get things going here. Miss Angie, how are you?
Fine. Hi, guys. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. Good. Fantastic.
How's
Mark
your day
likes
been?
To start the show off with.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing all right.
We figure if we ask people how they're doing, it sort of, helps mellow them out a little bit instead of just going right to the questions. It's just something that we were taught just recently.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a lot of followers on the show right now, but hopefully as we grow, we're gonna get more followers, more viewers. We've hit a milestone right now, and we're at somewhere around 375 subscribers. So for us, that's huge.
You're doing better than me. My channels, I went from 9 subscribers. I'm up to 30 now.
Don't worry. It all takes time. It all takes time, and it'll all come together.
We seem to be getting somewhere between 10 to 15 a day. And probably by this weekend, I'll probably be able, if the trend still keeps going, I'll be able to announce that we have 400 subscribers. When we get to 500, we're going to do a giveaway, a small giveaway, not something big. When we hit the 1,000 mark, we're going to give something bigger away.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to outfit you with a hat, a T-shirt. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know yet.
We haven't.
Well, I'll take the T-shirt. I don't wear hats.
We haven't figured out what we're going to do yet on those. But I was looking at your stuff. I found you on TikTok. That was the first place I seen you. I'm like, okay, because I was going through stuff, and I was like, well, let me see if I can find somebody. At the time, we were trying to find psychics, and I had a bunch of card readers come, flooding me when I said I was looking for some, and they said that, hey, look, I could do this if you I feel strong, and a big spiel. They say the same thing every time. Anyways,
it's like the same thing. I think that it's already printed out, and they just use that, because I get it too. I get like you've got a dark aura around you. You need a reading done, and I'm like, man, I know my life, and I know there's no dark auras around me because I read tarot, and when I whip it back on them, they usually leave me alone. Most of them are scammers anyway, just looking for
right. Well, the good thing about yours is you didn't come to me to say, hey, look, I can do this or this. I seen yours, and I sought you out. And you were, we sat there and talked for a little while before you agreed to come on anyways, because you weren't sure at first if you wanted to or not. And then I sent you some stuff, and you watched it, and I'm like, okay, that works.
I can't believe you watched this show. I can't believe this show's terrible.
No.
Oh, come on, I've seen worse.
Listen,
How
both
long
of
have
our subscribers, mom and dad, they both hate us.
my mom don't watch this shit. What are you talking about?
Shame on your mom.
She'd be lucky if she can actually learn how to press play anymore. Anyways, I found you on TikTok. How long have you been doing your stuff on TikTok?
For like 3 months now. Yeah.
And you do a lot of what do they call that? Help me out here.
Duets.
Duets. Yeah, you do a lot of duets.
Yeah. We find it funny. I love doing the funny shit.
I don't know how to do a duet. Do you know how to do a duet?
Yes. There's a button that says duet this shit.
Mark over here is keeping secrets. This guy.
Guy. Do you have a certain one that you like to duet?
Yeah, Shelly Belly. She is so funny. I love her to death. I do.
Who is that?
She is a funny comedian, female comedian, and she does these it's like clean humor, but it really gets you cracking up. It does. She cracks me up.
And that's Shelly Belly on TikTok? Okay.
Yeah.
We will check her out.
She's on TikTok and she's on Facebook, but she goes around and tours. She's like professional at this. She's done it for years.
Okay. What about one of the larger names on TikTok? I haven't seen you duet him yet, but that's Justin Danger Nunley. Have you watched any of his stuff?
No, I haven't come across his stuff yet.
You haven't seen Justin. So Justin is the guy that says, there's a whole little play on things, and then all of a sudden he says, listen, did you know? You don't know who that is?
Uh-uh.
We're gonna have to get you to watch Justin because he's funny, and I think that if you get a chance to duet him, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
Mark, I'm getting a lot of feedback in my.
So am I. I was about to ask you. No, that's not me.
I'm just getting a lot of feedback in my audio.
Is it me?
I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of clicking.
Yeah.
It sounded like somebody was typing.
Yeah, I hear it too on mine.
Not real sure what it is.
I don't know what it is. Leave it up, damn.
That's probably you. Here.
No, I haven't.
I'll turn my mic down. Give me a second. Is that better? Is that better or worse? Better or worse?
I can still hear it.
Yeah, me too. I hear echoing now. I can hear myself saying stuff. It's weird. This is what happens when you go live. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Technology, man, they upgraded everything.
Yeah, that's right. So what do you like to do in your free time, Angie?
In my free time, I do arts and crafts, and when I have the free time, I'll do free tarot readings.
Okay.
But
so we're into that. We're going to get into that. We will get into that here in just a few minutes into the show.
Yeah, I like to hang out with my family. I play a lot of video games.
Xbox or
PlayStation.
PlayStation, okay. And what games are you playing?
Well, I was playing Valhalla. I like Assassin's Creed, but right now.
Oh yes, I love that one.
I love Skyrim.
I love that one. Valhalla. I was on that game for a week before I beat it. I just kept going with it. I've seen that you like football too. Do you have a favorite team?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Ohio State is my favorite college.
Oh my God, no!
My favorite NFL team is the Saints.
Okay, I'll let you have that one, but Michigan State. Come on.
That's right. You're a Michigan.
Yeah, Angie, it could be worse. You could be a Michigan Wolverine fan.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
Actually, me and my daughter's mother-in-law, she was from Michigan, and we'd watch the games together. So
cool.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have two
You have two,
grown,
but
a boy and a girl.
okay. Oh, so you got lucky. You got both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got two girls, and they're such a handful. But God, I love them to death.
I had mine 5 years apart, so
I have four.
it
I
don't
have
stop
three.
the fighting. They still fight, but
Yeah,
that's
I
kids.
have 3 girls and 1 boy. I didn't learn from the first 3.
Well, I've got two
Mark's over here.
grandsons now.
Mark's over here messing up every single. How many years apart were they? Your kids?
Well,
Like
between
three,
Chloe,
2 and 3.
3
right?
is for. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. You were really
Yeah.
into sex or something, weren't you?
Still am. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you're fixed now, so that's a plus.
That's what works. That's why it's better.
Right. When you get bored, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh,
That's right.
God. Wait, how do you get bored? Like bored during sex or bored?
No. Bored.
No,
You know, like
when
you're
you-
bored
to want
sitting
to go
around.
have sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get bored. I just think about it all the time, and I'm like, hey, we need to over that way. So
Yeah. Who's this terror destroyer?
that's I don't know. Somebody that's going to want to try to destroy the tarot card reader. So
I
don't know.
That tarot-
We got a comment here in the comments section. The tarot destroyer.
Yeah, I think they're missing something.
I think she's a troll.
We'll find
Yeah.
out.
It could be a troll.
Listen, we'll find out. It's gonna happen. It's we're gonna get that. We're gonna get people that come in and or sometimes they'll ask a bunch of questions. We had a gentleman on the show, Artie. Artie was really good. Artie Hoffman was really good, and we had a great show. And right at the very end of the show, Artie was reading, and what Artie was reading was he was actually reading Mark's wife, and Mark has a divider just to the side of him, so he's kind of like in a little cubby area. And what happened was Mark's wife was sitting on the outside of that little office area where Mark is.
Uh-huh.
And Artie was able to feed off of her being in that same room, I think. And it was kind of wild because
he picked everything up on all the ones that had died. Actually, all died in April, just about, except for our Zachary's twin. I mean, other than that, everything was about her. It was like, wow. So yeah, I want to do a reading with him, and do it like on here and record it.
Yeah. Well, when I do my readings, I'll get like this feeling to me, like it's energetic feeling. It gets really, really strong. And then I get like these urges to pick up the cards. And when I do, I don't know what my readings are going to be about until my cards are out.
Okay.
And then I can see it, and then I'll start getting downloads from it to read from it. But I know most tarot readers plan their reading. Oh, I'm going to do a love reading or a money reading or something. I don't do that. I don't know what's going to come out of the reading until after I do it.
So how did you get into reading tarot cards? Did somebody say, "Hey, check this out. Let me show you something"? Or
no, I've always been fascinated. When I was a little kid, you remember the horoscopes that used to come out in the little tubes and go pay $1
Yeah.
for?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I used to buy them when I was a kid, and then I told on my uncle one time. I was about 8, and I told on him for cheating on his wife because in my mind's eye, I saw him with another woman. And when I described this other woman, my aunt knew exactly who I was talking about when I never even met the woman. They ended up divorcing. But, she ended up catching him with her. But, I just told her.
Wow. That is absolutely.
Anybody else?
And there's times when I'm in somebody's energy and we're really on the same page connecting and the energy is real strong, I can actually hear what they're thinking because I'll turn and look at them and I can answer before they even ask. I've actually freaked people out doing that. They're like, how the hell did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. It just come to me.
So I don't know if you watched the interview with Artie. Artie actually went to a seminar. He took a class and learned how to, I don't know
read
what,
people.
read people, read energy. I'm not sure what exactly he's able to do exactly, because I mean the stuff that he was saying to Mark, you know,
Nobody
we
knows.
finished up the show and Mark called me and said, "Hey, I'm a little freaked out. You know, here's what happened." And I was like,
Well, because
"Bro,
most people didn't know about my nephew's nickname, Kool-Aid.
I didn't even know you had a nephew named Kool-Aid. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's
Mikey.
funny.
Yeah. Nobody knew. We didn't tell a whole lot of people about my son's twin.
I didn't know about that either.
And her middle name would have been Rose. And we didn't know. We didn't tell it. I don't put nothing like that on my Facebook. I'll put good stuff. I don't like putting bad stuff on there,
Right.
and unless it's it's in like my friend who passed away. I acknowledge her every so often, but
Yeah.
I don't like to put bad stuff on there, especially, and it's nobody's business on that when somebody passes away. But when Mikey, and then my wife's other cousin that passed away, she had a heart problem, and we knew it was an aneurysm that took her, but we never told anybody. You could go on my Facebook and you can't find a single thing about it, and he knew that.
It's funny. He said he Googled you.
Yeah.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
But you can't find none of it.
I never took classes. I never went to school for this. It's just something that developed natural for me.
And how spot on are you? Are you hit and miss? Is it?
I gave over 100 tarot readings, and every one of them has been accurate.
And are those readings? Does something happen immediately, or is it something that takes time, or does it vary?
When I start the reading, it starts unfolding for me, and I'll get that energetic feeling.
I think Brian's trying to ask, does
for the person that you're reading
for the person,
right?
How does it take?
Energy from them.
How long does it take for that person to start seeing what you're talking about?
Not long at all. Not long at all.
Okay. Well, I know you came on to do a tarot reading and stuff like that for us. You said that you wouldn't mind doing that. But before we do that, I got a couple of more questions. Okay. You've read for over 100 people.
Yeah.
Have you read for anybody famous? Have you read from anybody off of TikTok that have followed you?
No, usually my readings are people that comes to me in real life, like friends and family and co-workers. Where I was the manager at a Hardee's up there in South Ohio, I did a reading for my boss, and she said I was spot on. It turned out to be a money reading, and she was actually thinking about retiring from being the general manager there and going to a better job where she'd be making more money. Mm-hmm. And when I brought those points out to her in the reading, she went around telling everybody. I mean, and I predicted one woman, I predicted a friend that her husband wasn't going to be around for the next year. I couldn't tell her if he was going to die or if he was going to leave. And within 8 months, he had left her for another woman.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
yeah, my wife has me for the next until I die. So
mine too.
That's the way I was with my
I'm 25 years into it. I might as well keep going.
I was
it's another 25, right?
Years.
Right.
25 is what you hit.
Yeah, but
we're sorry to. I was going to say we're sorry to hear of your you being a widower. I don't know if this is a question that I even want to ask, but how did your husband pass? Or
he had a massive tumor on his left lung. It was 8 centimeters wide or thick and 4 centimeters wide, and it was inoperable.
Wow.
Okay, we have an interesting one. A Facebook user. I'm gonna bring it up. It says, "I wish I could, or yeah, I wish she could read for me." I told her to ask a question.
Okay, have her ask me a question.
Let's see if they post a question, and then.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Let's see if they post a question, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
If not, then let me ask you: how do the cards work? Like, what symbols are you looking for in such?
I know the cards by heart.
Okay.
Like the 5 of
What they
Pentacles
represent.
means you're left out in the cold. 9 of Swords, that is a very dangerous card. That could be somebody who's abusive, mean, or malice. But I read them, and I don't pick off the top like most readers. I let them fly out. That way I know they're more accurate for the reading.
Okay.
I never pick off my cards.
All right. Well, let's see if anybody is going to ask a question. I want to know where I'll be in a year, but she doesn't know.
She doesn't know me. Well, basically, she wants to know. It's a girl. Her name's Melissa.
Okay.
She wants to know where she'll be in a year.
Okay, we got a 10 of Pentacles that just flew out for Melissa. She's going to be financially settled in a year. Let's see, another one. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, which means more money. She's in a career right now, and she's going to be advancing. That's what I see.
Melissa, I'm going to need some of that money.
We got the 5 of Swords in reverse, which means whatever was going on in her life, the fighting and feuding and fussing and just being anxious and overbearing, all that's ended. She's going to move on to financial security. So whoever she was fighting with, she's cutting them off. They're leaving, and she's going for her coin.
Melissa, stop fighting with whoever you're fighting with and make this money.
Yeah.
And share it with your friends, Brian and Mark.
She'd
Just
share in a
cut off
heartbeat.
whoever. Let's draw one more. Yeah, we got the 5 of Cups in reverse, which means she's no longer standing there looking at the chaos. So, yeah. And we got the Page of Swords. So, yeah, she needs to cut these people out so that she can go on to her finances. They're holding her back.
All right.
Is that correct, Melissa?
She said you're making her cry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen, you're giving her a good reading, I think. If you have something good to talk about, then she said thank you very much. She said thank you very much. Here you go.
You're welcome, sweetie.
Really cool. Melissa, I don't know if we have anybody else on watching right now. Is there anybody else that wants to say your name? Put a name out there. Let's see if we can get you a reading.
I can't get this terror to
just leave
stop.
it alone. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I think you.
Zoe's too young to get a reading.
You want me to do a reading on her?
Who's Zoe?
Zoe is Melissa's daughter.
Zoe is Melissa's daughter.
Yep.
Okay, right. What's Zoe's question?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I plan on expanding my channel. I'm setting up with the team right now. I'm going to put in a spirit.
Zoe just wanted to hear her name on here. That's all.
So you're expanding your channel.
Yeah. Hopefully within a year, I'll be able to sell products on there too.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you sell readings online? you
Yeah.
you have a TikTok channel. Do you go live on TikTok?
No, I've never been live. Only place I've been live is on Facebook.
You should go live on TikTok.
Why don't you try to go live on TikTok?
I've never done a TikTok live.
Okay.
I've
Is there?
done
What's the
Facebook
criteria? What's the criteria for that?
Live.
Robert
viewers.
Palmer.
More viewers.
Dude, Robert, I can tell you this: you're already going to get viewers from me and Brian.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already a viewer and or a listener because listen, we had Robert on the show a couple of weeks back. He's got a brand new series coming out. It is
On Thursday.
Yeah, it drops on Thursday, and the first episode of that. And help me out here, Mark. I got to go back in my notes. Hang on, give me a second. I'm going to tell you the name of the podcast. The name of the podcast.
The Broken System.
Shut up, you. Shut up. I had this.
Can you remember who it's about, though?
I know it's a suicide, but it's a murder. So I don't remember the name, but I know I'm going to watch the show. I know I'm going to watch.
Oh
the
yeah,
show.
I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm going to be stuck on his for a while.
So Robert's question is, how will my podcast do? Will I have 1 million listeners?
Okay.
Close to it, I'll bet.
Let's get these cards shuffled and I will
Do your thing, Miss Angie.
do my thing.
Good news or bad news? We don't create this news. This is coming straight from Angie. This is coming straight from the cards.
Yeah, it's coming straight from Spirit, so. And by Spirit, I mean the universe. You know, I don't. Okay, you got Temperance right now, which means people are learning about it. It's growing. People are just recognizing this podcast.
Perfect.
Temperance means to grow, to study, to gain knowledge of. Oh, that one flew in the floor. Yeah, he's got the Knight of Pentacles. So, yeah, that channel's going to take off.
Very good.
It's going to take off. But I see, too, that he needs to study more before he has guests. That way they can go in depth more.
Okay.
Okay. And we have the Nine of Cups, which is a good sign. That means he'll be getting a lot of guests.
Beautiful.
Because each cup represents one person that he's going to be interviewing on the podcast. So each cup will get filled in time. And we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, which means it's going to take off. It's going to do the exact opposite. So it'll take off.
So the Broken System is going to be a good podcast for our viewers and our listeners. Perfect.
Once people gain knowledge of this podcast, he's going to, the star, baby. That's the best you can get.
Wait a minute. I'm still trying to win the belt for this damn Zennies Award. I need the star.
You need the star. Well, the star is pouring out, and what it means by pouring out, like the pictures. You see two pictures right here pouring out.
Yeah.
That's going to be where it takes off, and the stars up here is his ancestors guiding him and leading him and telling him what to do on it by giving him signs.
Perfect.
So he's going to get took off.
Robert says, thank you guys so very much. We can't wait, Robert. Super excited for the podcast to hit. I hope that you're going to take those parts of the show and start getting those on TikTok, Robert. I watch a little bit of TikTok here and there. And when I see a part 1 and a part 2 and a part 3, I have to follow it. It's just,
I do that.
Are you in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
So
I see
man,
part 1. I have to go back and watch the other parts.
I watched something the other day. It was just so simple too. It was the guy was really upset with his girlfriend. He gets out of the car. Then there's like a part 2. I'm like, what the hell is happening with our relationship? And how is it breaking down right now? Because you invited me into this. This is now our relationship. It's not yours anymore. It's ours. So, Mark, I think you got to get the reading, bud.
All right, so post the first one. Okay, Robert did.
So the first part is posted.
I think. Is he talking about the?
Or are you talking about on TikTok?
Yeah, I think so. To tell about his TikTok or his podcast.
Yeah, because he said the show launches on the
4th.
May 4th. Okay.
It's only 2 days away. Yeah.
TikTok. Okay. He's over there trying to type really bad.
I don't know if he's typing it or if he's talking into the phone because
no, if he's talking into the phone, he's drunk. Mark, you got a question for Angie? She's shuffling them cards up, buddy.
The only question that I would have is the only thing that I want to know is am I ever leaving Florida?
Absolutely leaving Florida. You're not leaving Florida. Not a chance in hell. On vacation only.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the Hierophant, which means right now you're in good with the community, right? Your community.
Yeah, well, I don't talk to nobody here, barely, but yeah. Call it that.
Okay. You got the Hierophant on that card, which means is a get-go. I don't look for you leaving, but I do look for you like traveling.
Yeah, I figured I was going to be here forever. Thanks a lot, Brian.
She's shuffling, not me. Hang on. She got one. Hang on. What's this one?
Yeah, the Hermit card. You
I live in my house.
Talk to anybody, so you're a hermit. Yeah.
He literally does not leave the house unless he absolutely has to. So
you know that gets worse the older you get.
Yeah, Mark.
I don't get in trouble if I stay home.
Yeah, you got the Ace of Cups too. So yeah, you're gonna be staying at home and you're gonna be doing amazing things. Like
this podcast.
Plus whatever you do. Yeah, I see the Ace of Cups on this podcast.
They down.
And you got the Moon card, which means you guys are going to have all kinds of ideas and creativity coming along. So yeah,
we absolutely try. I mean, we are constantly in search for people that want to come on the show and show us their talent, show us what they're made out of, you know. And
if anybody has
if
anybody has any ideas or anybody want to come on talk about, you know, what they're up to and stuff like that, you know, invite them.
Yeah, you're gonna have different ones on here. This is the 7 of Cups, and see how they're all different and everything.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna have different ones on there.
Shit, I'm at least gonna sell my house and move into a different one.
Good luck.
And that's gonna move as swiftly as a Knight of Swords. So yeah, like a Knight Waves of Swords and Swift Cut. Yeah, you guys are gonna be smooth sailing, to say. You'll reach there.
Is that both Mark and I, or is that just Mark?
Yeah, that's both of you.
Dude, we're together on this shit. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Mark, I thought you tried.
Right now, you're still learning and growing in knowledge of your channel and everything. And then you got the Moon card, which means you guys are going to start getting more creative with it. And then you're going to be like the Knight of Swords. It's going to move swiftly, and which will lead you to the Ace of Cups, which is popularity, which the 7 of Cups, you know, you're going to have different people, different ones come in.
That's good. And I think trying to progress where we were, Mark, as far as having those other podcasters come on, so that other folks get to find out what we are finding out about.
That's what we want to. What we did is, we want to do what Stephen did for us. We want to help promote more.
Yeah, Stephen Jarvis and friends. He's one of our biggest fans. He a huge supporter of Mark, and I think myself. He's the guy is very knowledgeable when it comes down to it. I don't think that there's a podcast that I wouldn't listen to about his, because of the knowledge that he has inside of him, and I think that he takes the time and he does the research.
And that's why it takes some. That's why he does them in so many different episodes. He breaks them up into categories.
Yeah, he did. He did a couple of episodes of just his the Minnesota team, and I was like, "Holy cow, dude!" Like, I didn't think he could have kept going.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, so
he's really good. He's really good.
Sometimes the challenge is worth the risk.
Well, he's not done. He's still doing his podcast. It's just that, I was on his first, and then I decided I was going to go out on my own with Brian here, and then he decided he was going to start doing his differently, and I like his route. He's doing really good.
And that's why I said Mark can fire me tomorrow.
That's like me. I've got family members I don't even talk to anymore because I'm like the black sheep of the family, because I tell them the truth.
I was going to say, is it because of the tarot, because you read tarot cards? Or
that among other things. I don't turn a blind eye to some of the things they do, but I don't really throw it out there either, but they know I don't like it. But, they more or less just disown me. I got a few cousins I hang out with, and keep in contact with, and my brother.
And I'll tell you, I think that that's with every family dynamic that you find, because, for the longest time, even though I don't talk to my family, my close immediate family, I don't talk to them on a daily basis. My daughters and my wife, and that's different. When we start talking about brothers, I got a brother that lives in Missouri, and my sister-in-law and my nieces. I don't talk to them every day, but I talk to them, once or twice a month or something. And we still have a great relationship. It's just not, I can't be there for every incident, and I don't want people to think that I'm shunning them away or anything like that. And I think that that's with any family dynamic, though. If you don't have a lot of time, I work a lot. I work my fingers to the bone, and I work stupid hours.
I work online and stuff, and everybody thinks I'm just sitting there on my phone all day playing, and I ain't. I'm actually generating a small income for me.
Yeah, and that's good, and that's really good. Now,
I got allergies bad.
With you reading tarot, with you reading tarot cards.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a part of your income, or is this the income that you're talking about?
Yeah, it's going to be part of my income. I'm going to grow and make it a business.
Okay. And that's good. And you talked about how you're going to do this with a team. Is that something that you're trying to get more tarot readers?
Well, when I go live, I'm going to need monitors to monitor everybody coming on. Yeah. And then I'm going to need web page builders to help build up a web page, to sell my stuff on. And then I'm going to have wholesale suppliers and all that. And it's going to take a little time, but I'll eventually get there.
And are you able to read for yourself? Like, I know when Artie was on, he said he cannot read for himself. It's not, he goes to psychics and he
doesn't get he can't read himself at all.
Sometimes I'll have, I've got other tarot readers on YouTube that I'm friends with. And, sometimes they'll give me like little hints or something toward me, like, you need to know this. And
you getting some cough medicine?
Yeah, my daughter brought it to me.
She heard you coughing. She's like, "Mama, I got you."
She's
good
giving
kid.
me my cord right now, so my phone's like on 20%.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but I will read for myself, but I've also been known to go to other readers too as confirmation, which it does confirm. And usually
And,
when I read, I'll use 2 decks.
Okay.
Hopefully when I get stuff
and
built up, I'll be up to about 4 or 5 decks. Let's see if I can get that to stand up there.
Brian, I own a deck of tarot cards.
I'm out. I don't know how to read.
I've never read them.
Pretend like I do.
I've taken them out. I've shuffled them, but that's as far as I've got because I don't know how to read them.
I learned back in the day, when we were in high school, Mark, there was the trick with the red cards are yes, the black cards are no.
Oh,
You're allowed to ask yes or no questions. The cards will tell you,
I remember
and that's the only thing I've ever learned about cards, in poker.
Yeah, I'm so glad that none of them were right.
Out and they'll tell you the number, and then you lift it up and you see your future. I've even got an 8-ball.
I love the Magic 8-Ball. The Magic 8-Ball is fantastic. Yeah. I think everybody should own a Magic 8-Ball. Your daughter says you're welcome. That's your daughter, Paige?
Yeah.
Okay. She said you're welcome, Mama.
Okay.
Yeah, the Magic 8-Ball, I feel like everybody should own one. If you can't think of a gift to get me for Christmas, I will absolutely take a Magic 8-Ball. At some point, if I have too many, I'm just gonna paint them to match, the balls on the table, and then I'll have a Magic 1 ball, a Magic 2 ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that'd be pretty cool.
Interesting.
I've also got an original Rubik's Cube I've had since I was 13.
I did up to a few years ago, and it just disappeared on me.
That
I don't have a lot of original toys. I've got this original Nintendo back here that's painted. That's painted like the Steelers colors.
Yeah.
My wife found that for me, and she was like, "Oh, I'm definitely getting this for my husband."
I own a lot of gaming systems over the years.
I'm going to tell you though that when you get to a point where you are like, you know what, I'm done with technology today, and I just want to jump on the Nintendo. I'm going to tell you, it's the craziest. Hey, there's
we got a Switch, so I still get to play Mario.
No, I got a bunch of different other ones.
Actually, I had a Super Nintendo, and my daughter's boyfriend at the time and his brother was over at the house, and they were so used to these high, fast-paced games.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, "You want to try out old school? Let's play the Super Nintendo."
Nintendo was
like, "This is so slow." I'm like, "No,
007 GoldenEye on Super NES.
Yes,
was my jam.
I played it.
That was my joint.
My father-in-law still has the Atari.
Really? I played on an Atari. I'm giving away my age, ain't I?
Hey, you played on Atari. I played on a Coleco. ColecoVision was, a joystick and a button. Joystick and a button. My favorite game.
You plugged it into the TV and you got to play. Yeah.
My favorite game was the tank game. You were
a
tank.
The tanks were where you had to go and shoot
all these.
And you were in the maze. I loved it. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
so.
Mine was bricks. You get the ball, you bounce it back.
Yeah, back and forth on the bricks. Yep. Yeah.
You can't be there. You can't be there.
Mark's got a co-host. Who is that?
This one is called Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. How many of those do you have? Don't
Too
tell
many.
me don't tell me you got a bunch of cats running around your house.
I got 9, bitch.
God.
My daughter's going to be moving within the year, and she's taking 2, and then Chloe hopefully will be moving, and then
taking 6. And then you got 1. There you go.
No, that one's actually mine. That one's not going
anywhere. We actually had house dogs, and I had a pit bull.
I have 3 dogs.
Now, earlier you had talked about you worked at a slaughterhouse. Is that what it was?
No, a hen packing plant.
Hen packing plant.
Yeah, the slaughtering plant was down the road from her or something like that.
I work processing and packaging, both sides.
So one of our guests that we had on here, who you said you absolutely adored, was Bryce Tucker, and Bryce works at a egg packing plant. Is that about the same as what a hen pack?
Well, the ham we got. Oh, I'm sorry, it fell. We got would have whole hog legs come in.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna stand up now or not.
You got the cord in it now, so you're.
Yeah.
I got something before you go any further. I got something interesting. My wife is actually watching the show.
Uh-oh.
That's a first. I told her to ask a question.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Why is Mark a
asshole?"
Yeah, there you go.
Or dickhead, or as she would put it, Richard.
A Richard, full-on Richard.
Well, we couldn't say dickhead when the kids were little, so I was Richard.
Gotcha. I don't think she's gonna ask a question.
No, probably not.
So,
I'm actually surprised that she's watching.
So anyway, Bryce works at a egg packing plant where he takes care of chickens and they pack up a bunch of eggs. Yeah. So how is that a little bit different than what you did?
Well, what we did, I worked overall processing. They would take the hams, the whole hog leg. They just cut the foot off. You have a whole hog leg to deal with, and they would come in a vat, and then you bring them down the belt, and sometimes they get overwhelming, stacked up and coming at you. And you'd have to stop the belt, and then you put them through like this. We called it the injector. But once we put it in that injected all the formaldehyde plus all the seasonings and everything that go in it. Mm-hmm. Then they'd run along another belt, and we grab them and put them in a horn, through a horn, whole hog legs now, and net them, and then they go on down the belt, and then the people would get the nets and they'd hang them on trees and put them over in the ovens to cook for 13 hours.
Now these are the ones that ended up in grocery stores for
Smithfield. If you walk in any Walmart, and you see a purple ham in like a purple Mylar bag or a gold or a red, with the net on it, that was our product.
Okay.
So I worked both sides really, and then over on packaging, they would pull the hams out of the ovens and put them in lots, and we'd get that lot, and then we'd saw them in half, and one part, so we could package them.
I am so glad. I've got another friend that's worked in. She was the one that cleaned all the chickens and stuff like that. And
that's fun to do.
They would hang them upside down. She'd tell me they hung them upside down and how they would, take care of them. And I was like, oh boy, I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed that I've never had to do that. Is it me? Is it my audio?
I don't know.
I think it's me.
No, I think it's me because it's when I'm talking, I hear it more.
I mean, it's the same. I'm talking now and I can hear it. So I don't know.
I can hear it too.
Oh my God.
It's annoying.
That's taking them popping poppers.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
Well, guys, let's do this. Angie, where can our fans and our viewers find you? How do you want them to locate you? I know you've got a YouTube channel if you want to blast that.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. My channel is called Inner Truth Tarot. And I do tarot readings on there. And I do personal readings. I can do blockage removals. I do cleansings. If they need, like a cleansing done for blockage removals, I do them. And I do what they call healing energy. I can send out healing energy, and it actually helps people. I had a girl who was in her bed. She couldn't get up and move. She has some kind of deficiency that causes her body to cramp up real bad. She got a hold of me, and I was I had her on my phone, and I said, just stay with me and talk to me. And I lit the candle, and I did this healing energy toward her. And within 45 minutes, she was able to get up and walk around.
Oh,
She wasn't
wow.
able to run, but she was able to get up and walk around. They had
Wow.
miles down on her.
Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah, and I've never been to school. I've never cracked a book or anything on this. It all comes natural to me.
And what about your YouTube channel? Are you going to start doing this on YouTube? Are you strictly doing the duets on there? I think if you start doing this on your channel on TikTok, I think that you're going to get a lot of views.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing readings on there. I see a lot of them on there doing, readings and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I
What
think
I'll
if you
do
can
is-
get to a live,
Fucking
it's
thing.
me. It's me.
What I'm gonna do is
Out there
tomorrow.
to it all and just wanting answers, and that would be the ones I would deal with the most.
Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll go through this fucking thing. I'll go through this where you did the readings and stuff, and I'll put that on TikTok and I'll tag you in it so people can
Okay.
see.
Okay, that will help me out.
Yeah.
I've got
It'll
an
get you started, and then I'll put in the
Instagram on it.
I'll put the descriptions to get a hold of you to to get how much you charge and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm also writing a book.
Oh yeah,
yes.
we talked about this. I am so sorry. Totally forgot.
And I've got 8 chapters written. I'm writing a book without really giving away all the detail. It's called The Demon Within. And what it's about is about this cult who goes around and this like a leader of a secret society, occultist who calls himself the Family. They go into different states and sets up households, and they take people with no family, people off the street, and drug addicts, and they give them a home. But the leader, in order for them to stay in the home, they have to sign a contract, and they have to take whatever money they make and put it over into his bank account. So he's kind of like he's a very powerful like wizard, but he's also a scammer. He knows how to manipulate to get what he wants.
So he's like a pimp.
Right, and
He's like most.
for a ritual, they need this girl. This girl, she's a widow, and she's a country girl. So they decided to move to that town, and people started disappearing and stuff where they were doing their rituals. It's like a satanic group, which I have looked up stuff on the occult so I can write it right in my book.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing about that.
Well, don't give away too many spoilers on it.
She's like a key to a ritual that's coming up that they really need her as a sacrifice to perform it. And the thing is, the leader's name, I named him Bram. And Bram falls in love with the girl, and her name's Courtney. He ends up falling for this girl like really hard. So right now I'm in the middle of that and them getting to know each other and everything, and it's just now getting took off.
Yeah, once you
perfect.
get that out and published, I'll buy one.
Okay.
My wife will probably read it.
We'll put it. Hey, listen. When you get it started, when you're at the publishing, and it's ready to launch, let us know, and we'll have you back on the show, and we'll discuss the book more.
Okay.
How's that sound?
That sounds great.
That's
that
perfect.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it's we want to make sure that people get their their recognition, and I think that there's a lot of people out there that do deserve their recognition. So for me, I just wanted to thank you for the reading that you did for us here at Talking Shit. I want to thank you for your time this evening. And is there anything that you want to talk about before we let you go?
No, I basically got everything covered.
And I apologize for the audio, and I'm pretty positive because every time I start talking, guys, I am so sorry, but I think it's me. And
I don't know. I mean, it's going on all in, so I don't know. Hopefully, we can get that fixed.
You're listening.
That's what it is.
They're trying to tell us something.
We'll blame it on China.
Okay.
Angie, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Oops.
Well, they're good. She's in the green room. She's good to go. So how do you think that went? That was a really good. She read for you, my friend.
It's
for
interesting.
For your show. So do your
We'll talk
job.
more.
Do your job and make the show grow, Mark, because this is your baby. I'm just the guy.
And no, it's ours because we've done this together so far. It's not just one, it's both of us. We've been doing good at getting guests. We've been doing good at, making sure we know what the guests are. We've been mostly prepared for 99 or 95% of them.
Yeah.
Angie on the other hand, we were a little not because we weren't too sure about it, all that, but she did great. She was a wonderful guest.
Absolutely. And guys, if you didn't catch that, what she said was she's got a YouTube channel called The Inner Truth Tarot. Go over to YouTube, check out The Inner Truth. Oh my God, I can't. The Inner Truth Tarot. And give her a watch, give her a like, and then go check her out on TikTok. She's doing a lot of duets. And I think if she starts doing this over on TikTok, that she'll get more followers and more views. And Angie, if you're still listening, which I think you are, I think you're still in the green room.
She can hear you.
Go ahead and start getting that up and running and do your little clips on TikTok. And I think that you're going to get a lot of views there.
You'll be surprised.
You will be.
Every time I see somebody reading cards like that, they get a lot of people in there, and they're giving out, whatever those things are, I guess I don't even know what they are. That like those rainbows, hats, and whatever.
I'm not doing none of that. I'm not giving nobody none of that. I'm not paying. I'm sorry. I'm cheap.
No, actually, they'll give you some of that stuff. So.
Well. So Mark, we are a part of a network called the Deluxe Edition Network, right? And on the network, there are 2 podcasts of the month. We talked about them right at the beginning of the show. Do you remember who they are?
Dude, they're right there in the corner. Oh, Horsing Around and the Real Drunk podcast.
The Real Drunks podcast. Though, so one of the guys from the Real Drunks, just so you guys know, kind of transferred over and did a little crossover show with our friends over at Bev's Video Kingdom, I believe. Is that what that one was?
Yeah, you were talking...
or Barrel Age Flicks was the other one. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't listen to them, you're doing yourself an injustice. Give these guys over. The Real Drunks, give them a listen. Horsing Around, give them a listen. Check out an episode. If you don't like the first episode, skip down to another episode. I promise you there's something for everyone on all these episodes. Next week, Mark. Thursday.
No. Thursday, we are going to have a wonderful guest for you. His name is Jason Brooks. He's a writer, director, producer, actor, he in movies like Vengeance 2, Roseblood. He also plays a few other characters too, but that's mainly what I know him as right now. But he plays Jason Voorhees in fan films for Friday the 13th. We will have him, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. He's wonderful. And as of next week, do
we have a gentleman named Joe coming on the show sometime soon?
The following Monday.
Oh, darn it.
Remember, he had to switch it. He
I
wants
know.
to take his daughter.
Listen, that's fine. Hey, Joe, if you're listening, and we really appreciate you coming on the show. Guys, there's other folks out there that I want to shout out to, but I'm not going to right now until we know that we've got that commitment from those people. We can't wait to have them on the show. June is going to be fantastic as well. We're going to have a lot of our friends back from
Mostly
SoCal
SoCal Pro Wrestling.
Pro Wrestling, right?
On the 9th, we're going to have an interesting one. It's a film called The Night.
Night, not the night.
Oh yeah, you're right. Night. We're gonna put some stuff up on it. We've already put some things out there about it, but we're gonna put some more. It's something that we haven't really got to see a trailer on, but we were asked for the interview, so we're going to do the interview.
And I think it's going to be a really good interview. And without giving any spoilers, I'm going to let you know I'm going to watch the movie first, me and Mark. So, boo boo.
And you're going to watch the movie? It's not even out.
We're going to have to watch the movie. Listen, we're going to have the interview, and then you and I we're going to watch the movie. They gotta let us watch the movie like a teaser kind of thing before.
I agree. I want them to do a teaser. They're supposed to release a teaser. I'm going to find out when. Hopefully, maybe might be able to get them to set something up. I don't know. We'll find out.
Perfect. Well, guys, from us here at Talking Shit, I'm Brian.
I'm Mark.
Have a good night.